Welcome back to The Grip. Today we're diving into one of our special mini episodes where we mix things up with a few fast-paced segments. We'll kick things off with Grip and Go, a round of rapid-fire questions to loosen things up and to get to know our guest in a fun way. Then we'll move into Roll Call, where I bring in questions straight from you, our listeners and audience. That way the guest can tackle what's on your mind. And to wrap it all up, we'll finish with Word into Wisdom. In this segment, the guest picks a number between 1 and 100. That number ties to a word from the nice list, which can be motivational and uplifting terms, and the naughty list, the gritty, tough, and sometimes challenging words. Once revealed, the guest unpacks the word, sharing their personal definition and how it's shown up in their life or martial arts journey, and what wisdom they take from it. That's it. 3 rounds, 1 conversation. Let's get into it. All right. Welcome back to The Grip. We have Albert here for our mini episode. And for those of you listening and haven't heard, please go back and listen to episode 9, where Albert dives into growing up in Armenia, his role into becoming a businessman from a young age to killing it nowadays in State Farm, and then his just super successful path that he's taking right now in martial arts. So go back and listen to episode 9 if you can. But for now, we are going to dive into our mini episode series. So, Albert, what you can expect for this first portion of our questions is our grip and go, more rapid fire, quick questions. So you ready to get into it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first question is gi or no gi?
No gi.
Favorite cheat meal after a fight?
Ice cream.
Oh, I gotta ask the ice cream flavor.
Baskin Robbins mint chocolate chip.
There we go. Gotta throw in that Baskin Robbins there.
Oh, one more. Metropolitan the cookie.
Okay, good. Ideal submission to win a fight would be?
Executioner.
Okay.
It's a brutal one.
Ideal KO to win a fight would be?
A left hook.
Training morning, afternoon, or night?
Morning.
Are you like an early morning person? Like watching the sunrise? Or mid-morning?
I'll wake up at 7, 8. If I'm training, if I don't train, I'll wake up 7. I'll average waking up 6:37. But I train both. I train mornings and I train at night. So I can't really say which one I prefer. I prefer mornings for sure, because first you feel good. Second, I'd rather have rest of the day off than train evening and sacrifice time with family.
Yeah. If you could train with any martial artist, alive or dead, it would be?
George St. Pierre.
Your personal fuel before training is?
Right before training, it's just simple carbs like orange juice. Anything simple to digest, or even a scoop of carb powder if I don't have enough time. I also drink creatine electrolytes and EAA. It's essential amino acids. So I drink that before and during training.
So usually you'll have drinks. Do you even eat before, or do you try and just fuel up with everything liquid?
I'll eat an hour or 2 hours before. So I try not to be filled with food, but I'll do my breakfast, lunch, dinner with snacks. I'll also do beta alanine. It's a pre-workout from Thorne. So a lot of my stuff is from Thorne. But yeah, just simple carbs that can digest quickly, and you can have a little bit of fuel, because overall I'm on carb deficit every single day.
Yeah, I like it. The phrase you repeat to yourself on hard days is?
It's a hard one, but what would a world champion do?
I love that.
So I don't want to go to training. I'm like, what would a world champion do? He'd go to training. I'm dead tired. Like some days I really need to skip. What would a world champion do? A world champion would be smart about it, and he would maybe skip training or do recovery, or go to training still, but go light maybe. So I always ask myself that question.
Very good. A wellness habit you wish you started sooner is?
Cold plunges.
Do you do them daily now? in
Yeah.
between your training sessions?
Sometimes right in the morning because I'm waking up super sore and tired, and I don't even want to go to train. And I'll do after too because I'm so beat up.
Mhm.
And after, I'll do both hot tub, cold plunge, back and forth.
Mhm.
But in the morning, it would just be cold plunge, nothing else.
Yeah. You feel most grateful when?
All the time. Actually,
Oh,
gratitude is a very important skill to have because your brain cannot use stress and be thankful at the same time because it uses the same area. So when you're thankful, actually stress goes away. We start our team meetings in office with gratitude, and I end my day. I start my day. Everything involves into being thankful for the little things in life.
love that. Did you always start that, Albert, or when did you decide one day, like, we're going to start our meetings off with this? That's such a cool thing for a work environment to do something like that.
I think it was like right when I started off. It's like 2019, 2018 when I heard that on a radio from somebody. I was like, that's a great idea. So we started it. After a while, everybody runs out of things. You start with work, family, this and that, and they're like, what am I thankful for? So you start being thankful for little things now. So
Mhm.
and it's a habit to train, but also for me personally, I just remember laying down and instead of being stressed about my day, I was like, man, I'm thankful. It just naturally came to me. I don't know how. Maybe it was through my prayers, thanking God for my day,
Mhm.
that kind of transitioned into just being thankful. But it's a very important skill to have and to intentionally practice every day.
I love that. Very good. Um, the best advice you've ever received was?
Hard one to remember. Can't think of anything, to be honest. There has been many, many.
Mhm.
Maybe in business, always hire, always hire. In fighting, always train with a purpose.
Yeah, I like it. So you said business always hire? What does
So
that
it never
mean?
stop. Means never stop hiring. Doesn't matter when. If you're fully staffed, you're good. You think you're good. Still interview. Never say no to talent.
Hmm, I like
So
that.
sometimes I might go negative by hiring the next best team member.
Hmm, very cool. And then you said for training, always train with a purpose.
Yeah, so like I've caught myself training, sparring for months and months and months without getting better. But if you go out there and you're like, well, today I'm going to say catch somebody with an armbar, or I'm only going to do armbar, or today I'm gonna have everybody start on a side control on me. So there's always has to be purpose behind every practice. When you do that, your improvement just skyrockets.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Going in with an intention every day. Very good. Okay. Blew through the rapid fire questions, no problem. So now what we're going to do, Albert, is we are going to go to our roll call series. So this is more questions from the audience. So pulling questions from people that have reached out and to just let them pick your brain and see if you can answer a little bit of what they're curious about. So the first one is, what's the toughest fight you've ever had and what made it so challenging?
The toughest fight was that title decision that I lost, the split decision that I lost. And part of it is because I didn't have a proper coach to really push me the entire camp. Because sometimes fighters are clueless. Sometimes they're going through things, and sometimes we're just not guided. So there has to be a coach. Every single world class athlete has a coach. So I felt that I was not in shape, but in the fight, my body almost quit so many times. And I told myself, I'm going to quit when my body shuts down. So I'm not going to quit. If my body quits, my body quits. I'm not going to quit. So it was almost like two different beings
Mm,
in me at that time. So that was the toughest fight I've ever had.
yeah.
I had to really push myself to 5 rounds.
Yeah. How do you handle fear or nerves before stepping into the cage?
I have to keep telling myself I'm the best. Nerves are terrible. It's very hard to deal with, but keep in mind, if you don't have nerves, you don't have fast reaction. That's good for you. Nerves are made to make you more self-aware. So you have to have them. If you don't have them, many fighters, if you really talk to them about it, they start losing fights when they stop being nervous. You have to be nervous. That's a good thing. We don't like it. It doesn't feel good, just like a workout. It doesn't feel good. It's painful. We don't like it, but it's good for you. When I walk in a cage, you have to replace that with confidence. You have to have that alertness, which nerves bring, but you have to be confident. So I enjoy my walkout music. The nerves go away because I'm occupied now with joy and with focus, right? So the nerves go away at that time. So you have to replace that with confidence and just tell yourself you're the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just to sum that up too, Albert, it sounds like inevitably those nerves are going to come. It's just a matter of how those people channel it. And it sounds like you do a lot of self-talk. And is that mostly what it is you're just kind of continuously having this mental discussion with yourself, just reminding you that you are the best and go from there?
Yeah, I'll repeat myself. I can do all things. Even though I will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, even though you're with me, right? It's from the Bible. So I'll repeat that, and I'll keep saying, like, I'm the best out loud. I'm the best. I'm the best. Because when you say it, you start believing in it. And when you believe in it, the confidence comes.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Second thing is, when you walk in the room, you have the rules meeting, all these things, you get nervous. You see in the cage, you get nervous. But just always remember, at the end of the day, you're both going to be locked in a cage and you're going to be squared up, and it's going to be so quick that you're not even going to realize the fight is over. So no matter if your opponent pushes you at the weigh-ins, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you're going to be locked in there one-on-one. It doesn't matter. He has a best coach on the planet. Nothing matters, because it's going to be your skill versus his skill. Even if he's intimidating, he's big, he's strong, this and that, it's your skill versus his skill. It's your reaction, your experience versus his experience. It's really has nothing to do with looking at his muscles saying, man, he's so ripped, he's so scary looking, or he's been talking trash to me. None of that matters. At the end of the day, you step in the cage and it's your skill versus his skill. If your skill is better and your reaction is better and your plan is better, you're going to win.
Yeah. Because you brought up your walkout song, this was another question, is what's your walkout song, and does it ever change depending on your mood?
So it's actually sang by my boy Tony Marino. We're close friends. Really good guy. He took Armenian traditional music and he's rapping under it. So it's called Hayastan. Hayastan means Armenia in Armenian. So it's Hayastan by Tony Marino. And a few fights ago, man, they screwed it up. I walked out under some sort of a Jewish song. I had no idea what it was. I was like, what is this? I'm looking at the DJ, but I played it along so well. Everybody thought that was my walkout song. It was a depressing song. But I'm not going to probably change to anything because I want to support my guy.
Yeah.
He's actually up and comer singer, very famous in Armenia. So one of these days, I want him to actually get the mic and rap, walking out with me. So
Yeah.
that's the goal.
I love that. And it sounds like he's supporting you too. So it's so cool that you guys are paying it forward with each other. So that's great.
For sure.
Have you ever had a fight where you learned more from losing than winning?
Yeah, I mean, every time you lose, you learn way more than you win. So all three losses, right? First loss was a specific, actually first loss was mental for me. The 4 rounds that I was winning clean, mentally, I was nervous and I thought I was losing. And I was mentally very weak. I was 24 years old or 23 years old. It taught me to never think that way again in your life. So that taught me a good mental lesson. And obviously, when you're in somebody's guard, don't put your hands on the ground. That's how I got caught in a Kimura. So that was my first lesson. Second lesson, don't take short notice fights when you're not ready. Don't take a fight when you're not ready, right? And then the third loss was just prepare well and pace yourself properly. That's why I lost that fight. If I paced myself properly, I think I could have won.
Yeah, good lessons learned. Very good. What's a pet peeve you have in the gym or while training?
Pet peeve, like self-talk?
Can
So
be,
like,
or like if you always maybe do something a certain way, or if you see somebody else doing something and you're like, oh, Like I think, for example, Roland's was bowing on and off the mat. That would be like a big
Got
pet
it.
peeve for him because that's a
Got it.
tradition that he really values. And so, what would be a pet peeve of yours where you're like, maybe grinds your gears a little bit if it's not done, or just something that you feel like you have to do every time that you're at
Yeah.
the gym or
In training?
training?
Okay. On my drive to the gym, first I always pray. And then second, I got to listen to some pump up music. And then I always, during that music, it could be cheesy as hell, but I always think of it as just my life as being a movie. And I'm just kind of in this part of the movie. I'm tired, this and that, but I'm going to training anyway. So like lately I got back into the Rocky songs
Sure.
and Karate Kid songs.
Yeah.
So whatever makes you feel better, just, it's
Yeah.
good 10 minutes of listening to that and getting pumped up and then getting out of the car, forget about it and just going there and like, okay, I can't go too hard. I need to be technical.
Right, right. So yeah, a pet peeve of your like if you're carpooling with a friend and you get in and they're just like listening to some like calm, peaceful music or it's just quiet,
Yeah.
that would rock your world.
Yeah. I have to pray. That's one thing. If I don't pray, I feel like I'm gonna go out there and just get injured so bad. I feel like I have to pray and just pray about me not getting injured. So that's like what calms me down a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. So the calm before the storm of the hype music once you get in the car.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that happened to you while training or during a fight? I guess an unexpected thing would be your Jewish song that song that came on, but
Yeah.
anything else that was a funny moment or unexpected that you've experienced while training or during a fight?
Yeah, no, just messing up my walkout songs, really. I can't really remember of any other occasions something happened.
Yeah. How is the mindset? Because I feel like I have this picture of what it would be like training at some of these UFC facilities, but I think of all the other gyms that we've been to. I feel like there's such an array of individuals, and everybody has a different mindset when it comes to training. Some are maybe super serious and just like game time all the time. And then you get maybe a little bit of almost like your class clowns or people that maybe goof off a bit or keep it lighthearted because that's what works for them. Does any of that impact you, or do you just try and stay in your lane, or is there level of, goofing off that tends to, be bothersome or maybe uplifting to you?
Yeah, I think for me is I definitely in the beginning I don't goof off. I'm serious, but I'm nice to everybody. Um, the higher the level of the guys fighting, the nicer they are. The chiller they are. Maybe some are douchebags. I don't know. I've heard few fighters are at a high level, but for the most part, like Sean Strickland, and the guys in that gym, 90% was like UFC fighters, super cool dudes. Like Uncle I've met. I was drinking coffee with him behind my house. He was so chill. He was such a down to earth, good human being. So fighters, it's not like that. Yeah.
How did that interaction come about too, Albert? Did you end up just going to his gym? Did you guys run into each other? Like, how did that work when you were abroad, right?
Yeah, he's close friends with my friend, and so he just kind of like, hey, you fight, and this is the world champion. Come hang out with him. So we just went and we hung out,
Very
drank
cool.
coffee, talked about the fight. Unfortunately, he lost to Pereira, but I think he had some injuries that he'll come back better. He was a very nice guy. I didn't expect that. I wasn't a fan of him. I never hated him, but I wasn't a fan. But I became instantly his fan because how cool of a dude he was.
Yeah. And cool to see that. I mean, your interaction with him was very, very closely before he was going into that championship fight. And so,
Yeah, that was that fight week.
wow. Very cool. Next question would be what's one business lesson you think every martial artist should know?
First, when you decide to do a business, talk to successful ones. Talk to the ones that have gone through all that. Don't just start a business where you kind of saw it on social media. Never listen to social media. That's the biggest bullshit of people who never done business. They're giving advice about a business. Okay. It's anyone and everyone getting on there for the views. So don't listen to social media. Listen to the real business owners. You go to business college, again, you're being taught by somebody who never owned a business how to run a business. So go directly to the source of whoever does that business, doesn't matter what it is, successfully. Pick their brains, pick 3, 4 guys, start with that. And then choose. If you really want to do it, you stick to it. Stop changing things up. Stop quitting, doing something else, quitting, doing something else, quitting. Just go all in on whatever you're doing and spend all the time. Maybe it takes you to read 5 books before you start. Become an expert at it. If it's a sales business, read 5 sales books before you start, right? If it's service business, it's a restaurant business, read restaurant books. So there is a lot of knowledge out there, real knowledge, versus just listening to Instagram and trying to be a businessman based on that, because that's all that is, just pitches. They look all nice, they sound really nice. There's a lot of MMA coaches on Instagram that never fought or barely fought. They're amateurs. I don't know why everybody's praising them so much, but they never even know how it feels to be. And then they're doing the moves that works on an athlete who is like new in the gym. They're not doing the move on an experienced guy. So you're only gonna learn that move on somebody that is not good, is brand new. So you really got to pick and choose who you learn from, especially when you're new in it.
Yeah, I like it. So being willing to learn in the first place, and then finding those professionals or people who are better than you to ultimately take the wisdom from.
Yeah, and one last thing. The less you talk, the more you listen, the more you're going to learn. So if you have an opportunity to be hanging out with somebody like that, stop talking. Listen. Just listen. You should be talking the 10% of the time, and they should be asking questions. Because the more you talk, the more you're talking. You're releasing your knowledge. You're not getting any knowledge. So stop talking and listen and learn from them.
Love it. Preach. Very good, Albert. Okay. Do your kids train, and do they understand your role in martial arts? You and I already kind of talked about this, but you can still share a little bit.
They train, for sure. My son, obviously, drives the coaches nuts. He's 4 years old, but he will train. He has no choice. My daughter definitely been training. My daughter does a lot. She does dance twice a week. She does gymnastics. She does jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. So she does it all. And no, they don't understand anything yet from my gym. All they understand is that daddy got to train. They got to train, and he keeps going to training. They have to know I'm out there training. So one day when they grow up, they can even remember it, like, daddy was training all the time. So at least that can be a good example for them.
Yeah, very good. So last question from our audience is, what's your hidden talent outside of fighting and business that people might be surprised to learn about?
I am amazing at decorating cakes.
Oh.
I am very cocky about that.
Now, do you bake the cake as well as decorate it? No. You just need the cake baked for you so you can do the decorating.
I'll definitely bake a cake. I usually bake like protein cakes.
Okay.
I like cooking. I think I have talent in cooking. Yeah. I make my own ice cream right now. I make my protein ice creams. Lately, I've been into that.
Send me the recipe.
But I will. I'm actually, it's so good. Yeah, I'm making with protein shakes, but years of running Baskin Robbins, I was the cake decorator. So I'd be decorating like 50 to 100 cakes a week.
Oh, I didn't think about the cakes there, and that, because I thought this was just a skill you were picking up in your free time.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was forced to. Okay. I was forced to, but I was enjoying it. Honestly, I was enjoying it.
Kind of therapeutic.
It was my favorite. It definitely was. I rather make cakes than work in the office. Sit down, work in the office. It's just, I don't like this stuff. I like to talk to people. I like to do hands-on stuff. This is hard for me.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. That made my whole day there. I'm just picturing you doing all the cakes. So do you now be intentional about like cakes for your like kids' birthdays, or do you guys do any kind of holiday traditions where cakes come along?
No, I retired.
No. Retired cake decorator.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
just cook. I like to cook healthy stuff.
mhm.
I'll make protein cakes, I'll make protein ice cream. Every once in a while I'll cook. My wife loves cooking and she cooks for the family. She's kind of like my nutritionist and holds me accountable, for my dieting.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoy cooking. So when we went to Amsterdam and then earlier in the year, and then we went to recently Paris, looking at some of the world class cafes, I'm like, one day I want to own a really high end cafe. One day, like when I'm done with everything, I really want to be the head chef and just to make some like high end stuff to try to be like world recognized. So that
Yeah.
was because I got really pumped up about some of the cafes that they're like super famous on Instagram and
Yeah.
worldwide. I'm like, I can do this too.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we'll be first customers in line taste testing whatever you got, Albert. That's
I
great.
will send you an invite.
Perfect. All right. So now we are going to transition into our last series of our mini episode. So this is our word into wisdom. Okay. So we're going to start with either the naughty or nice list. Okay. So the naughty list is more of these kind of gritty, challenging, tough words, or the nice list is more positive, uplifting, motivational terms. Okay. So which of those two do you want to start with? Naughty or
Let's
nice?
start. Let's do naughty.
Okay. So you're going to pick a number between 1 and 100.
65.
65. Okay. So we'll go through, and then once we find this word, you're just going to give me kind of a personal definition, how it's shown up in your life or martial arts journey, and, any wisdom that you take from it. Okay. So let me grab it. 65. Okay. Your word is hypocrisy. Okay. Preaching one thing and living another. So erodes trust and authenticity. So hypocrisy.
Um, in Christian world, we are all hypocrites,
Mm.
right? Because we talk about don't sin, but as a human being, it's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when somebody's hypocrite, like, hey, yeah, come to church, hang out with us. So that sense, right? But then you got the other side of it, the worldly, where I might talk to you about nutrition and then I go there and eat junk food, right? Some people do that for business, even some priests. There's a lot of corrupted priests. So I cannot stand it, right? I cannot stand the fakeness of people. But I try to ignore it. If I don't have any friends who are hypocrites, I stay away from them, and I think I've been pretty lucky to keep myself distant from certain people like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying true to yourself, but also surrounding yourself with genuine people, which can be hard to do some days in some environments. And
You have to put on an act certain times.
yeah. Very good. Okay, so to finish off, we'll end with our nice list. So same thing, you can choose a number between 1 and 100.
Let's do 7.
7. Connection. So definition that I have is to join or fasten together, to establish communication or build a rapport. So how has connection, come up in your life? Is there any wisdom behind it or experience that you take away from it, whether it be in your martial arts world, family, community, whatever it may be?
Yeah, so connection, like specifically connecting with people, that is the key to everything, right? My Las Vegas training, going to UFC PI, going to the gyms, it was all through people. Introduction, right? Call this person, call that person. Luckily, being Armenian, I have an Armenian friend almost anywhere in the world because Armenians are spread throughout the world. And it's a beautiful thing. Like I went to London and I just cousin I never met, right? If I need anything, he'll be there. And then I went to Amsterdam, childhood friend, we hang out. So like a connection is the most important piece, especially in business, in fight world. So like a perfect example, as soon as I fired my last manager and I signed with my new manager, I got the call from the UFC. So see that the connection, and it was all started with a guy, Sergio. Shout out to Fight Path MMA. He started managing me for free, and we became friends. And he's a close friend. Wherever he goes, I go. So it was all connections. Everything is a connection. That's how you can accomplish so much in life and business too. Knowing people is very important, and you have to ask enough questions to find out what they do for a living and that sort of things. Usually, the most humble one, the quiet one, is the biggest shot in the room, right? Like, for example, in a gym, you'll see this older guy coming in, out of shape. He does the workout very funny, but he's in the gym around fighters all the time. If you ever need a business advice, that's the successful guy right there.
I
It's
love
not that
it.
ripped young guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. As far as the connections that you made, Albert, how did that work out for you? Did you end up reaching out to somebody when you were interested? Did it just hit you one day like, hey, I want to, go down and train with some of these guys down in Vegas, see what it's about? Or did somebody touch base with you and just said, hey, you should come down sometime and give it a go? Like, how did that eventually start for you?
I just realized in Washington there was nothing left for me. Not fighting. I felt that the gyms doesn't have enough committed guys, especially my weight. I mean, you can have two guys one gym, two guys another, two guys another, one good coach. Like, it was very hard to find it all. So I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to reach out to make this happen.
Yeah.
So I reached out to my friends in Vegas and where do you train? Can I come out there? So I just slowly start coming here more. Now, I just met one person, another. Funny thing is that my coach, who is pretty much like the gym owner, the coach who is the matchmaker also for a league here, he was my teammate in 2012 when I was training in LA. So I spent 6 weeks in that gym. That's when I met Ronda Rousey. We were trained all in the same gym, and I didn't realize that was him. So my buddy connected us, and and then when we talked, I was like, wait a minute, we trained together like 10 years ago. So that was really cool, like small world,
Yeah.
But that's another connection. Like I'm a full-time fighter at his gym, right? And so is Michael Briggs, my head coach in Seattle. It was I connected through him, through other people, through my friend Dex. So like we were at fights, and then it was Dex there, and then I saw him, and we met, and was like, hey, I want to work with you. So everything was connection. Even with Belton at Warrior Strength, I was a 10th planet grappling, and one of his fighters was an open mat, and he's like, yeah, I do Muay Thai across the street. I was like, there's a gym in Bellevue? So I just went to that gym. So everything is a connection. Everything
Yeah.
is. You want to get somewhere, you got to know people.
Yeah. Ask around.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Very good. I like it, Albert. This has been just an absolute pleasure. You're just a prime example of it's not always what you say, what you do, but it's, people remember how you made them feel, and you're just a feel good person. You
Thank you so
just
much.
project positivity, and I really hope the absolute best for you. You're just killing it. And so thank you again for giving me the time and space. And for those listening, please go and follow along, support Albert on his journey, specifically on Instagram. He is at marshall.art.nerd. Anything else, Albert?
No, it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much for the invite, Katie.
Absolutely. You take care, okay? And keep kicking ass.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to The Grip. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow along on Instagram at The Grip Pod to stay up to date on new episodes. That way you can send over a DM if you've got a question you'd like to hear answered on our roll call series. Now remember, stay sharp, be grounded, and never lose your grip. See you next time.